The vestibular system is a sensory system in the inner ear that detects movement and acceleration. We say that a vestibular mismatch occurs when users see motion in-game but don't feel it in real life. For our experiment, we tested to see if a vestibular mismatch would have negative effects on users in the form of motion sickness or decreased engagement. Our hypothesis was that it would. For our experiment, we used the Tuscan Villa demo created by the Oculus team. It has a small house that you can walk in and around. The experiment consisted of two phases. In Phase 1, in-game motion corresponded only to their real-life head movement. Phase 2 additionally contained in-game walking while the user was actually stationary in real life, causing a vestibular mismatch. Each participant went through both phases in a random order. Each phase was followed by a survey. We had 12 participants, all of whom were from our class. Half started with each phase. Each participant was given a brief introduction before the experiment and an explanation of the Oculus Rift headset. We also cleared up any questions that they had at that time. In Phase 1, the user was stationary in front of the house. Users had to turn their head to see different parts of the game world as we asked them to describe various aspects of the environment, as well as to count in-game objects such as butterflies and flowers. Phase 2 was similar, except users also walked around and inside the house as they observed the environment. The survey given after each phase consisted of two other surveys called the Simulator Sickness Questionnaire and the Game Engagement Survey. The Simulator Sickness Questionnaire focused on physical symptoms like eye strain and nausea, while the Game Engagement Survey asked questions like whether they lost track of the world around them, or if time seemed to slip away. Here we see an example of some results for the general discomfort question. We looked for outliers in the results by calculating the interquartile range, but there were not any. Here is a graph of the simulator sickness results, where the blue bar represents Phase 1 with only head movement, and the orange bar represents Phase 2 where users walked around in-game. The additional movement was clearly associated with more severe sickness symptoms. This is a graph of the game engagement results. Users were less engaged with the additional movement, but not by a massive amount. In short, the results of our small survey support the hypothesis. In-game movement that does not match the user's vestibular senses is correlated with more motion sickness and lower game engagement.